Welcome back. Well, we have Ellyce Rothrock, who is the editor of the beloved Village Breeze. Hi, how are you today?
I'm good, thanks. How are you? Thanks for having
Good.
me.
Oh, of course, of course. And we are talking about the Village Breeze that we have every other month, I guess you could say, and it covers 2 months. And the one that was just delivered, correct?
That's right.
Is
That's
out
right.
and about, and I just love the cover.
I
They
do
look like they're
too.
having a blast. Does that not
They do.
depict most of our residents?
I think it does, you know, that sense of joy and wanting to get out and do things and, you know, be free and exercise and, you know, just do things that are good for your mental and physical health, you know.
Exactly.
This really could be anywhere. And, you know, October, November is always kind of a challenging month cover image-wise because it's, you know, it's not really the holidays and, you know, I think last year we did this great shot of a full moon, and that was a beautiful shot. But you know, this one, you know, myself and my colleagues, we kind of bandied a couple of options about and decided on that one, and we like it.
Now, is this a particular photo that was submitted?
No, actually, this time this is a stock photo.
Okay.
Sometimes we use stock photography. More often than not, we use photos that are submitted by residents.
Okay.
I've taken a couple myself, but
Wow, okay.
every once in a while we do use a stock photo, especially something like this. That
Yeah. But
is
you know,
fun.
if you look at it, it looks like it could be right here in the village without an issue at all.
Absolutely.
All right, perfect.
Absolutely.
Now, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the things that you have. So on the features page, you have all the different things that are going on. So that's in the actual magazine itself.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about some of the things you cover.
Well, talking lots of trash, you know, that's an important topic right now, and I know that General Services Director Robert Carroll has been on to talk about these topics as well, and it's always great to just share that message repeatedly so that people really understand and know what's going on and how they can take care of their organics recycling and their bulky items and you know, breaking down cardboard boxes and just making sure that everybody can contribute to the program and participate. A friend indeed, that was something that was submitted to, the idea was submitted to us. And, you know, we just thought it would be a really touching story. Repairing the damage is another great story. That was another idea that came to me from a director on the VMS Board of Directors.
Okay.
He was a patient at the Advanced Wound Healing and Hyperbaric Medicine Center for Saddleback.
Okay.
He had suffered an injury that just wasn't healing properly, and he went there and he was so impressed by everything that they did for him and how his healing progressed once he went to that center.
That's great.
And it was a great idea. That's why I love it when people submit ideas because you know, these are the things that affect residents or residents are talking about or you know, your neighbors.
Yeah.
It's really great. So I you know, want to continue to encourage that. Birthplace of Orange County.
This was a great story, and I saw it was by Jennifer Carmarker.
Yes.
So is she still writing, evidently?
She is. She's taken on a freelance writing role for us, and she does a lot of other freelance writing. It's you know, she's kind of made that transition.
Wonderful.
And she is a fabulous writer.
She is.
One of the benefits of having her write for us is that she already knows the village so well.
Exactly.
And you know, she just has that talent as a writer and can really bring things alive. And you know, if you haven't been to San Juan Capistrano and the Mission, it's just such a fabulous place to go. You know, especially during the week when it, you know, might not be as crowded as it would be on the weekend. It's just so peaceful, and there's so much history there, and it's beautiful. It really is beautiful. And then everything around that area in San Juan is just so fun.
Yeah,
really
they really are doing a lot down there, and then they have that new hotel that's there, and so yeah, there is a lot of beautification that's gone on over the last couple of years. So awesome. All right, good. And then when you say talking lots of trash and breaking it down, one thing I wanted to take a look at, which we'll show in just a minute, is the layout. You know, how do you decide? I've never been an editor of any publication. So how do you decide where everything goes and lay it all out? I mean, do you have someone do that for you, or do you do it?
I do not do that. I can do design, but you know, this is a big project, and you know, while this is being designed by another colleague that I've worked with for a really long time. She can work on this while I, can tend to other things. But it's really a long process. You come up with the editorial ideas, you gather the content, you assign the content to someone like Jennifer. It comes in, you edit it, you pair it with photos that you think might work. You try to bring in sidebars to add another dimension, quick to read, full of tidbits and tips. And then from there, I put together in the industry, it's called a dummy. And basically, it's a map of where I want everything to go.
Okay.
And then I turn over the documents, the photos, this map to the designer. And based on all of that information, she then puts that together in an Adobe program called InDesign. So she designs everything.
So when you hand her the map and all of the documents and things that you want, do you, is that all done digitally?
Yes.
It is. So there's, it's because I remember in the old days, we'd have to tape things on. And
I remember those old days.
Anymore.
Yes. I remember when I started in the publishing business, you had to pick up your type from a typesetter and glue it and paste it. And then if there was a mistake, you had to cut it out with an X-Acto knife.
That's right.
Yeah, I remember those days. And then progressing to now where everything is done with a different Adobe programs like InDesign and Photoshop and all those kinds of fun things.
Right. Yeah. We have everything now. Now, one thing that you always do, which is great, is you put the map in the middle, and I think that's important because we have a lot of new people that are moving in here now, and so when they get this, at least this is nice and handy.
Yeah. We use that for our docent tours. We point that out to folks so that they can get a better idea of just the lay of the land and how everything looks typographically. But yeah, we love that map. We also try to include the in your neighborhood, which are the schedules of street sweeping and things like that.
Oh, okay.
And then the frequently called numbers. This issue does not have that because I needed to make space for other things. But the map is always there.
Well, and then on page 45, if you guys have gotten your magazine, there's the mutuals. So you talk about the different mutuals, which I think is great, and that goes over what board members and things like that, what they're working on?
Yes, and it's a lot of different information that comes directly from GRF, from Third, from United, and from the VMS Board of Directors.
Okay.
And that content is written by a director themselves. So they decide what kind of content they want to really get out there to members, and so that's a really important section. That if you want to know what's going on in the village, if you want to know what's going on specifically in your mutual or things that you really need to know and keep in mind, that's a great place to make sure that you check out.
Yeah, every issue you come up with so many great ideas. However, you definitely would love to hear from the residents, like you had mentioned, and if they have a story or they know of somebody that they should have a feature. Is it best to send an email directly to you?
Yes.
Or, okay.
Yes. And my email is always on page 1 at the bottom of the editorial.
Okay.
And people are welcome to share ideas, commentary, feedback, positive. Otherwise, it's all welcome. It's the only way that I really know that the magazine is going in the direction that people want it to go. Right. And we're giving them the information that they want. So feedback is important.
And then let's talk about where we can get this. I mean, it is not delivered, or it is delivered?
It is delivered.
Okay.
It is supposed to go into every mailbox, for every manor. For some of the multi-unit buildings, they're placed in a stack in the mail room.
Okay.
But sometimes, for whatever reason, it doesn't always make it to its mark.
Okay.
Because it's bulk mailing, it's treated a little bit differently than first-class mail.
Okay.
But yes, you can find the Breeze at a lot of different touch points throughout the village. The clubhouse offices, the fitness centers, the equestrian center, the garden centers, the library, the history center, and right here in the community center as well.
Okay.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. And now it's already dropped?
It has, yes.
Great. So everyone should have it.
They should.
But if not, they can always pick it up at any of those
Absolutely.
locations.
Absolutely. And they can always email me and let me know, too.
Okay. All right, good. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate the information and all the hard work. It's just looking so beautiful every time.
Thank you very much.
All right. And of course, if you did not get your copy, you can always pick it up at any of those locations that we mentioned, or you can send an email to ellyce.rothrock@vmsinc.org. And please submit some great ideas for the next issue, which will be December and January. We'll be right back.